In this video we're going to look at the CONCAT function. The CONCAT function combines cells that contain different texts so you can form different text strings. So here we've got a small range of data showing the clothing that a store has, whether it's a hat or a t-shirt, the colour that it's in, green, yellow, red for example, the size, small, medium or large, and then this information is also in a series of codes, so clothing code, colour code, size code, and these just take the first letter of each word, so hat goes to H, green goes to G, small goes to S, etc. So let's run through a couple of examples of the CONCAT function. So if we just write out equals CONCAT, and let's say we wanted to convert this data into a format that was more like a sentence. So rather than it all being kind of in different columns and sort of all broken out, maybe we wanted to say green hat in small. And to do that, you can use the CONCAT function. So you basically just have to select the different cells that contain the text you're interested in or write it into the formula. So if we start off with green, because we're going to be saying green hat in small, so we select that cell, then we select comma. Now we need to add spaces into our sentence because otherwise it's all going to be joined up. So to do that you just add a quotation mark, put a space and then another quotation mark and then comma. So now we've got green space. Now we need to select hat. So we just select cell A2 and then we need to actually write in the word in because we don't have it written out anywhere, so we can't just click on a cell. So space in space, remembering those spaces because it's going to be in a sentence format, then comma, and then lastly we select cell C2 which has got the size in, hit enter, and then there you go, green hat in small. So it's taken this data here and turned it into a different text string all in one cell, and then you can just drag that down and then you get all of these written out like that. It's taken this information exactly, and you could use that on your website or in a Word document, or just if you wanted it in a different format in Excel. So it can be a really useful function to use in that way. The other use of the CONCAT function, and what you will notice is that when I type equals conc, you get the option of concat or concatenate. Now concatenate is actually a legacy function. It's still in Excel, but concat is the one you want to be using, and the reason is that it allows you to select a range of cells, to just highlight a range of cells and for them to be combined, and I'll show you what I mean by that now. And this is something the concat function you can do using it, but you can't do this with the concatenate function. So tab, and as you see, we've got these codes here. So the clothing code, H for hat, color code, G for green, and size code, S for small. So let's say we wanted to combine these letters into one code that just gives it all as sort of three values all in one cell. And we could manually click on this, then put a comma, then click on this, then put a comma, then click on this. But you can actually just highlight those three cells and then you'll get this range here, D2 to F2 with that colon in between. Hit enter and then we get our code written out like that, HGS. And again, you can just drag this down and fill out all of those. So we have all of our clothing items listed as codes now, all joined up in one cell. So that's another use of the concat function. It shows the different ways in which it can be used, and concat is a really useful function in Excel, and it's a great one to understand and to be able to have at your ready to go and use. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it useful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.